All right, a pleasant good morning to you from Nuke the House. We get ready for a great sports betting day here with the guys. I'm going to lead you up to the big noon kickoff here today, and then we'll have coverage with the guys today, college football and UFC again here from Las Vegas tonight, this afternoon. The card starts at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific time with our fighting coverage as well here. We got uh, uh, NASCAR coverage, college football coverage, and of course the UFC card here tonight with that main event between Randy Brown and Gabriel Bonfim with the guys here. So make sure you're tuned to us here at Nuke the House for Saturday's coverage. I'm going to get you ready right up until the big noon kickoff here with some great games to talk about in college football today. Man, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. We saw last night. Bye, Memphis. Bye. I hope you don't make it now. Are they out of it here in the college football playoff? I hope so, because I want San Diego State to get in there. I don't care if they lose 62-0 to Georgia. I want them to get a little payday and help out San Diego State. All they got to do is, beat Boise, win the conference title game, and maybe they'll get a shot in there. They were 40-1 to win the conference, and here they are. They have a better chance than some of these other teams to get to the playoff because they don't have to go through all those teams. They just have to beat these crummy teams. So someone's got to go from the group of five. Why not my Aztecs? All right, everyone, we're going to get started with the show here, but don't forget, don't miss one single college or NFL bet from the Nuke the House sports betting team. It's already been a great season. You know, King's got those big numbers already going off here this season, and you can get my best plays, too, behind the paywall here at Nuke the House. I've got my college basketball picks for today. I'm going to bounce back from last week. I've had a couple of big weeks, and then maybe the show picks have been much better here on Nuke the House with my pregame show. So let's get into some picks here. But just know that visit nukethehouse.com, sign up for any plan, and we won't charge you unless you want to be charged. Use the promo code Ramon Nuke, and that'll get you a discount here, and they'll let you know that you've been watching me. And hey, that's how you get support me here on the Nuke the House channel. Come join the winners over at Nuke the House. I've got 4 plays up there today. I might just leave it at 4 here. Got to turn it around here right now this week. So join me behind the scenes here with my plays over. The write-ups are great, I'll tell you that. And we're going to sweep the board here today. So make sure you join me here at Nuke the House, and make sure you, with the guys here, they live bet all the games here, all the races today. The guys will have their UFC as well, and of course NFL tomorrow. And I'll be here with Holden for the little pregame show tomorrow. Should be a great day. We'll be on right when they're the game ends, when the game from Germany ends there tomorrow. Is it Germany? All right, let's get into some college football here today. I've got a few games singled out here, maybe the best ones, but I want to hear from you in the chat. If you want to say hello or maybe comment on any of these games, I'd be happy to hear from you, and I'll react to it in the chat. If you want a special request as well, game from me, I'll answer it in the chat. Let's get to the show, though, shall we? I've picked out some okay games here for sure, but I want to talk about Army here in their game against Temple today. Temple comes in 5-4. Army comes in 4-4. Temple in here off of a loss last time out to ECU. They got blasted, ending their 2-game winning streak. Army, meanwhile, has won and covered 3 of their last 4. They're off of a win at Air Force, 20-17, as a 1.5-point favorite here. So this one has just been pretty popular here, it feels like, this week. So I included it here on the run up, and we could afford a few extras. But Army opened as low as a 4.5-point favorite here, maybe 5 or 5.5 at some of the other books that were late to market. But they've gone all the way up to 7 here, and the total also has kind of been dropping here. So just mention this one here, but for me, I'm going to go with Army here in this one. I'm going to lay the points in this one with Army over Temple here. Now, Army has not covered yet this season at home. They are 0-3, and Temple is 3-1 on the road. But Army is 3-1 straight up as a favorite. I'm going to take them to get the money here, actually, against Temple today, and give me Army in this one. Thanks to everyone joining me here to watch on the Nuke the House channel. Love to hear from you in the chat if you want to say hello or got a request. Hey, Indiana, we got to keep an eye on Indiana, 9-0 here right now. Hey, I watched one of their future quarterbacks last night win a playoff game out in San Diego. Cash Herrera, could he be the quarterback of the future for Indiana? Did see the injury report here come in just a short time ago. Surratt is doubtful for Indiana today. He's not going to make this lineup. They're also missing their kicker as well, Brandon Frankie here. But for Penn State, linebacker Rojas is out here in this one. So still a 14-point favorite here right now for IU. Look, it's been a great season, obviously, for Indiana. They probably should keep it going here against a Penn State team just struggling to kind of get moving here a little bit after what they've gone through this season, firing their coach, having a poor record here overall this season. Been a little bit frustrating here for Nittany Lion fans who probably think they had a chance to win a national championship heading into the season. Just hasn't worked out that way. Indiana comes in here 6-2 against the spread. They've gone over in 6 of 8. Penn State just 1-8 against the spread in their last 9. They've lost here, obviously, several in a row right now, 5 straight. They've gone tumbling down the ranks so far. So, all right, with the total here at 50.5 in this one, man, I've got to think that maybe this one has a chance to go over here, but I'm going to actually take Penn State here in this one. I know we got two teams going in opposite directions here, but I'm going to grab the Lions here. They are on a 5-game losing streak. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over. I'm actually going to try Penn State here in this one, plus the points, 14 against Indiana. Hey, I love Indiana, but now we're getting a little bit crazy, aren't we? 2 touchdowns. But hey, I probably like them in some of the playoff games too. Let's see who they match up against. All right, let me see. Oh, that's the wrong graphic there. There we go. Georgia taking on Mississippi State. Well, before you just tell me that you like the Bulldogs in this one, let's at least go down and talk about which Bulldogs you like. Georgia obviously coming in here as a 9-point favorite in this one. They opened about 7.5, and I even see some 9.5s out there actually in this matchup. So still got to lay a pretty penny with Detroit, but with Georgia. But would you really do it, given some of the trends that kind of favor Mississippi State here? Mississippi State's been a terrific cover in this series. They've also covered 7 of the last 8 this season right now, 7-1 against the spread. They're also 3-0 against the spread as a home dog. They used to never cover it here at home. They were 2-13 against the spread in their last 15 coming into this season. But Stark Vegas, things are changing. Their luck is going good. Georgia's just 2-1 straight up and 1-2 against the spread. Their last 3 visits here, all 3 meetings did go over between these two teams for Georgia here. Look, their season is on the line every week, right? 7-1. Overall 5-1 in conference play. They've won their last 4. Been having some close ones here, obviously, of late, but Georgia's still 7-19 against the spread. Their last 26 as a favorite. Mississippi State, coming in here with all these kind of trends that kind of favor them. 9-4 against the spread. Their last 13 conference games. Man, this is going to be tough for Georgia. As well as they've been playing. And yeah, Mississippi State doesn't look that good with a 1-4 conference record, but remember, they did start 4-0 here. So I'm going to go with Mississippi State here, plus 9 points against Georgia here in this one. Hey, I'd love to hear from you guys in the chat. I know you're out there. I see the counter. We got a few dozen of you here right now joining me here on the College Football Preview Show, leading up to the top of the hour with the big game of the day. BYU taking on Texas Tech. Look at the line here. It's growing. Oh, man, is it growing here all of a sudden this morning? The move has been on up to 13.5. What would you think if I offered you an undefeated team coming into this game plus 13.5 points? Remember, it was 10.5. BYU comes in here 8-0, 5-0 in conference play. They got a solid quarterback in Bachmeier. Basically 63% completion rate, 1,700 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. BYU does have some defensive issues for sure. They've allowed 24 points per game in conference play. BYU is 18-9 in the last 27 as a road underdog against the spread. BYU is also 12-6 against the spread. Their last 18 coming in off a win. For Texas Tech here, they're 7-1 against the spread this season. But man, the spread just keeps growing here. BYU beat Texas Tech at home 27-14 2 years ago as a 3-point dog, although they were +5 in turnover margin in that game. Big 12 home favorites right now are 20-12 against the spread this season. Still, this number continues to grow. Texas Tech has gone under in 5 of their last 7 games, but BYU's gone over in 3 of their last 4 games. I got to take these points with BYU. Look, it's tough to go into Lubbock. I know that, but BYU here, I'm going to try them in this one. I know they've given up nearly 500 yards in each of their last 2 games. I think 480 on average, but I'm going to go ahead and take BYU here in this big game as they try to keep their undefeated season on the line. They might not win. I think they got a chance to make it a good game. Of course they do. Iowa State is taking on TCU. Pretty good game here for sure. Maybe it isn't quite what these teams were hoping for, especially Iowa State here now lost their last 4 games after a 5-0 start. But still, when they're good, especially defensively. Going here, though, to TCU is certainly going to be tough enough. Iowa State's 14-9 against the spread. Their last 23 as a road underdog. And Campbell here, Coach Campbell, 24-12 against the spread in his career as a road dog. Iowa State, however, is not only 0-4 straight up, but 0-4 against the spread in those last 4 games. And TCU's been running up some pretty good numbers, although they've been struggling against the run for sure, running for less than 100 yards in 4 of their last 5 games coming in. Still, I'm going to have to take TCU here and lay the points against Iowa State. TCU's 12-8 against the spread as a home favorite in their last 20 under Coach Sonny Dykes. Iowa State has won 5 of the last 7 in this series, but they've lost 4 of the last 5 visits here into TCU, kind of a home-dominated series. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the 2 teams have gone over. I don't mind that, but I'm going to go ahead and take TCU in this one against Iowa State. I'm going to lay this 7.5. Thanks to everyone for joining me here on the Nuke the House college football preview show. I've got undefeated Texas A&M up next to talk about.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat what you said?
Just sit there, Siri, and listen up, okay? Because I've got the latest in college football here with Texas A&M on the road, taking on Missouri here. And for A&M, things are going just swimmingly here. They're a favorite on the road against the Tigers. It's not going to be easy. We know that for Texas A&M here coming into this one with a.
One moment.
Can I get
okay,
some private?
I found this on the web for just sit there and Siri and listen up, okay? Cause I've got the latest in college football here with Texas A&M on the road taking on Missouri here, and for A&M showing just swimmingly here, our favorite on the road against the Tigers.
You're just repeating what I'm saying, Siri. Come on. Please. I thought I was AI. Texas A&M here, 8-0, 5-0 in conference play. Last 4 games, they've just been going up with their point totals. It feels like, what are they going to score today? 56. They've won their 3 road games, 41-40, 45-42, and 49-25. So they are scoring points big time, A&M here, and they're favored by a touchdown on the road. A&M is just 4-7 against the spread. Their last 11 as a road favorite. They're 6-2 to the over in their last 8 under Coach Elko. here. They're just 3-7 against the spread as a road favorite. Elko, though, is 16-13 against the spread in conference games. For Missouri, they've lost 2 of their last 3 after that 5-0 start. They've had some big offensive games for sure, but under Drinkwitz, they are 8-3-1 against the spread as a home underdog. Missouri's also 25-20 against the spread their last 45 conference games. A&M won the last 2 meetings here, 41-10 and 35-14, although the 2 teams have split the last 6 meetings in Columbia overall. Overs come in 4 of the last 6 between these 2 teams. I got to take Texas A&M in this one to keep rolling right now over Missouri. Give me the Aggies on the road over the Tigers. Hello in the chat. Thank you. Hey, all right. Right? All right. Keep it moving here right now. We're going to try to get through a bunch of games here, and we're going to Kinnick. Got to go Kinnick here. Oregon on the road taking on Iowa here. And look, Oregon's down to a 5.5-point favorite here. It feels like a little bit of action coming in here on the Hawkeyes. And hey, why not? I mean, the Hawkeyes are 4-1 in Big Ten play. Iowa 6-2 overall. They've won 5 of their last 6 games coming into this one. Yeah, they struggled in those losses for sure offensively here, but look, they still got Gronowski. They're 9-4 against the spread. Their last 14 conference games. We know Ferentz has just been a moneymaker for sure in conference play. Last 3 games, Iowa defensively have just been off the charts here. And they are 36-24 against the spread, last 60 when coming in off of a win. These 2 teams have not met since the turn of the century. Under Lanning, the Ducks are 11-5 against the spread as road favorites, 21-14 against the spread in conference play, and 18-10 against the spread when coming in off of a win here. Oregon has allowed 14 points or less in 6 of their last 7 wins. Their only loss was at home to Indiana. This one's going to be tough. I've got the Hawkeyes here in this one. Give me Iowa plus the points at Kinnick here today. Could be a bit of a grinder here. Total only 42. I think that says a lot. You think of Oregon and Moore, who is in, by the way. He had a broken nose, but I did see he is in here tonight. Just came across a short time ago. So he is in there. But again, the total pretty low at 42. So I'm going to go ahead and take Iowa here in this one, plus that 5.5 points. The move clearly on Iowa here. All right, Auburn's taking on Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt's fun, and Vanderbilt keeps going here right now. They need to keep winning, to make it here. They're 3-2 in conference play, 7-2 overall, so they are on the edge. Can't afford a loss, really. Vandy scored 31 points in their wins so far this season, scored 31 or more in their wins so far this season, but they did allow 32 points on average in those 2 losses, including, of course, to Bama. Vanderbilt 4-7 against the spread as a home favorite, 5-9 against the spread as a favorite under Coach Lee. Vanderbilt is 20-17 in their last 37 SEC games under Coach Lee, but they are 10-3 against the spread in their last 13. The team split their last 6 meetings. The underdogs actually covered 4 of the last 5 in this series. 6 straight meetings between these 2 teams have gone under here between Auburn and Vanderbilt. And I'm going to take Vanderbilt in this one. I like Vanderbilt to crush tonight against Auburn here. We'll get this win by double digits. I'm going to take Vandy here in this one. All right, I want to talk about Uncle Bill here real quick, if I may, with Stanford taking on North Carolina. Stanford comes in 3-6, 2-4 in conference play, but they have Frank Reich in there under Andrew Luck. It hasn't been great for sure. They've allowed 34 points or more in their 4 losses here. And, well, they are an underdog here too, Uncle Bill and the North Carolina Tar Heels. So that does put them in a little bit of a bind here. North Carolina hasn't been great. We know that. And this one's actually behind the paywall here before me, but I want to talk about the total in this game. Stanford ran the ball for less than 80 yards in 5 of their last 6 games, and they're 9-25 against the spread in their last 34 as a road underdog, including 0-5 so far this season. North Carolina has lost 4 of its last 5, but in their wins, they definitely held their opponents basically to an average of 8 points in those games. You got Lopez here. This one probably sets up a lot better for him here, actually. And Tar Heels 6-12 against the spread, last 18 as a home favorite. And they're -6 in turnovers in the last 5 games, but they've gone under in 5 of their last 6 games coming in. These two teams haven't met in about a decade here right now, but for me in this one, maybe Uncle Bill here can get it going, but I'm going to have to look to the total between these two, between Stanford tonight and North Carolina here, and I'm going to take the under in this one with Stanford and North Carolina. Currently, it is at that's 42.5 for sure. So I've got the under in this one. All right, and thank you there. Thanks. Hey, we got a dono. Thanks, Maddie. Appreciate it. Great to have you here today, and doing a great job with the Nuke the House team. I'm really honored to be over here to be able to present this coverage to you folks. And let me roll through a couple of more, if I may, here. West Virginia and Wake Forest and Virginia. Got to talk Virginia football here right now, don't you, with the way they're going and their positioning here right now with Virginia 5-1 in the ACC, 8-1 overall. Their only loss was to NC State, 35-31. 3 of their last 4 wins have actually come by less than 3 points. You think they can get the money here today? They might be able to, but they are 19-10 against the spread in their last 19 conference games under Coach Elliott. They're also 12-6 against the spread in their last 18 coming in off of a win. Wake Forest has won and covered 5 of the last 6 in this series and actually won both of the last 2 meetings here into Charlottesville, 37-17 and 16-10. So the Deacons are playing okay for sure. 5-3 straight up to, or 5-3 overall, 2-3 in conference play. But like I said, they've given up a ton of points in conference play. That's not necessarily Virginia's way of doing things here, but I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one at 48 with Wake Forest and Virginia. And let me see if that, I just want to make sure that was still the total. All right, next up, big one here, LSU and Alabama. You got to keep going with Alabama here right now in this one. And, I'm not saying go with them. I'm talking about just make sure we're talking about Alabama each week here right now. They're 7-1, 5-0 in the SEC. They've won their first 5 games here. Some big, some small. They won by 3. They won by 16. They won by 3. They won by 17, and they won by 7. So they're getting it done. They're +10 in turnovers this season. Simpson's seems like he's getting better every game right now. Under DeBoer, Alabama's 8-2 as a favorite here. Crimson Tide 14-7 against the spread. Their last 22 conference games. Alabama's gone under in 4 of their last 5. LSU's just 1-5 straight up, but 3-3 in their last 6 visits here into Tuscaloosa. Alabama's 1-11 of the last 13 in this series. LSU did fire their coach, so a little bit hectic here. They've got a veteran quarterback in Nussmeier with having strong season, strong career, but LSU just 3-6. Their last 9 is a road underdog. They have gone under in 5 of their last 7 overall here. LSU has allowed 10 or fewer points in all 5 of their wins, but they're not going to win this game. I've got Alabama here in this one to cover probably went with Alabama too many times here and nuke the house, but I've got them to roll here over LSU today. And one final one here as we get ready for the big noon kickoff. We'll send you out to the games, and the guys will join you here. We got some great games scheduled here for everyone. And how about this one? With just want to take a look at this one with Nebraska and UCLA. It's not one that's going to knock off the charts here a little bit, but wanted to have it over here at the Nuke the House channel today. So talk a little bit about this one with UCLA coming in now here, a 1.5 point favorite, total 45, maybe 45.5. UCLA's 3-5 coming in. They had their 3-game losing streak snapped last time out by IU, of course, 56-6 in Bloomington. But Nebraska comes in here 0-2 against the spread on the road, but UCLA is 0-3 against the spread as a favorite. I think they're still favored here in this one anyway. Nebraska 0-2 straight up as an underdog, so this one could be close. But I mean, Nebraska, after all, is 6-3 coming in, and UCLA is 3-5 coming into this one. But Nebraska on the road, I'm actually going to take the Bruins here to win this one over the Huskers. My pick is UCLA over Nebraska here in this one on Saturday. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Not much in the comments. I was going to say, send me your picks. What games do you want me to look at? But that's it here for Nuke the House. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to our channel, and then make sure you join us at nukethehouse.com and pick up our premium picks over there. Get your picks from the guys. They've got our picks lined up, the daily picks, the picks from the guys. You got Keg and Maddie and JC and the guys, and all the picks in the UFC, NASCAR as well here right now this time of year, college football and the NFL. So make sure you join us over there and use the promo code Nuke Ramon Nuke, I think it is Ramon Nuke, and get a discount over there at Nuke the House. So thank you for joining me here on the show today. We had a great time previewing the games, and the big noon kickoff is up next. For Nuke the House, I'm Ramon Scott.